Hello and good evening everyone, welcome back to the Camel channel, the CC so to say, if you will. Welcome back to another speed build, and this one is one of the speed builds I've been looking forward to do for a while. The only thing why it hasn't been on the channel previously is just, the simple reason that I needed to fix my zoo first, because, yeah, I needed to get some money to make it kind of a theme park-ish sandbox thing, if you will, in that kind of sense that I can go very crazy with scenery and stuff. And yeah, after the tiger habitat and also the little small exhibit that I've been releasing, or that I released previously today, which if you haven't seen that yet, make sure to click the card on the right top side now to look this first, or watch this first, and then come back to this one to watch it, whatever you do. Yeah, but that's how it is. Also, this night again we are going to stream. I say this night, but for me it feels like actually the normal time. So after 11 p.m. Central European Summer Time, I'll be on Twitch again live to stream this build over here, because this is only part 1 today. You are seeing on this channel tomorrow, or maybe on Wednesday, the part 2, and then eventually also 3. I don't know if I will need 3 will drop. But now let's talk about this build in particular, because I want to explain a bit more of what I've been thinking. So this one, as you can see from the title, is called the Winter Dome. My idea about this thing is, like, everyone is building domes at the moment, which is great, because domes are, my Lemur Dome was kind of the thing to kick off my Planet Zoo hype over here, I guess. I mean, domes are pretty much obviously very great. Now, in Central Europe, most likely the domes are made for like hot areas or tropical areas, because our temperature and our environment isn't really suitable for animals that live in hot conditions. In this particular franchise park, however, I thought it's fair to say it's the other way around. It's very hot indeed. We have like 37 degrees by default in this park. So everyone who is kind of loving the hot temperatures can live outside. It is pretty damn good. The problem about this is, what about the animals that do like it a bit more cold and cozy, and I thought, why not build a winter dome where we have a lot of snow, a lot of coolers, where the guests are going to go in and shiver a lot. So that'll be something that I really look forward to. I'm not even sure how this will turn out, but we will have 3 different kind of animals in here. So the first one is the grizzly bear, the second one is the timber wolf, which we already have, but we just bring it into a new habitat over here, and the third one will be the snow leopard. And I don't know if we can squeeze in a 4th one, but at the moment I don't even know which kind of animal this would be. I would love to have also the other bears, so maybe we're gonna have 2 bears in here at the end, and then we move out the snow leopard in its own habitat. I'm not even too sure about that, but we will see. Also depends a little bit on how many conservation credits we get, because the prices in the market right now are just ridiculous. Like ridiculous. I can't do anything in the game right now. Like literally yesterday evening, when I was trying to get some animals, the prices were like absolutely not doable for me. I had like 500, 600 leaves, and I could even just buy 1 grizzly bear. That was the only thing I could afford. And you don't even, I don't know why, but I can't really sell my animals. I put down the doggos, the wolves, for like 100 credits, and no one is buying them. So I'm actually just releasing them into the wild. And yeah, I should need to read the trends a little bit better, because the trend is also showing you which kind of animal you can easily sell at the moment. But since I do want to be creative and build, I don't really have the time to sit there for like 15 minutes and just play the kind of market game, which, to be fair, is cool in terms of management and the franchise mode in general, but I want to be creative and use this as a particular sandbox-ish mode, so that's why I needed to do it a little bit differently here. And also, since I'm not like having a fortune of leaves, I can't really afford everything really easily. So my idea was to get some of those things early on and then put the animals in, but this idea is kind of vanished by now, because I have to see how I get the animals. So if you guys want to be very generous and want to give me some animals, or can, make sure that you will be online tonight while my stream, and maybe you can sell some of the animals to me, or just put them in very cheap into the market so I can buy them. Sorry for being very, very shameless here, but I don't really have an idea how this should work else, because honestly, I would love to have some more of the animals, but they are not affordable for me anyways, and I don't have the time to just make so many babies right now that I can sell them every now and then and just get the money together. It's just not doable time-wise for me, because then I would not be able to create any content for you guys, because this would take up the whole evening, and since I only have the chance to record in the evenings, and there's basically no chance for me to do it. So yeah, enough of my whining here. Let's talk about what I'm actually doing, and this is kind of challenging myself to do a bit of a different kind of architecture here. So obviously, you might have already seen that this is not in particular architecture that would be seen in this kind of Indian area, and that is absolutely my goal, because I do want to make a bit more of a New World-ish Central European kind of architecture. Again, as I explained in the last episode, I don't really want to be that crazy in terms of particular architectural styles, as Sylph has done, for example, and he's way better anyway, so I don't even want to challenge this at all at this point in time. I think I just want to make sure that I can build more of functional habitats that look good, rather than going for one crazy amazing habitat that doesn't work, because the beta is not eternal, so it is, and it has some ending point, and so we have to make sure that we try ourselves on things in the meantime, and this is also why I chose to go for this architectural style over here. I just researched all the different themes now, so I can use them in this build, and you can see especially this kind of copper roof has really caught my attention. I really like it a lot. I like the greenish copper. It's kind of the weathered copper, if you will, because honestly the normal copper is like very bronze looking, but after a while it just gets weathers, and then it looks this kind of greenish. So all these kind of buildings you see in big cities that have these greenish copper roofs, they used to be different colored, but they how's it even corrugated, or how is it even called in the what they do, like a chemical process that make them look greenish. Anyways, I love this piece, that's all I want to say. And that's just my few cents towards the architecture. And then I wanted to obviously have this glass roof, so we can have a little bit of a glimpse inside, where we'll have some artificial snow going on in there, and making sure that it's cooling down. Obviously, I do know it's maybe not the most environmental friendly idea to build a winter dome in a kind of very hot area, but you know, Dubai is also making just has built the biggest indoor skiing area of the world, which is just ridiculous. So I just blame myself, but this is only a game, so that's fine. But you know, having these kind of winter domes don't necessarily make any sense in terms of energy. However, if you create the energy from only sun around, because it's pretty hot, and so use the solar panels, I think it's just fine. It would be pretty much okay, I guess. However, just talking about this a little bit, I think it's very important to also, you know, point at this, because as much as we love this and as much as this is great, you always have to think about these kind of little, ridiculous things, to be honest, because energy-wise, there is a reason why these animals live in a different area, you know, and conservation is nice, but why not then just have them in zoos that are in an area that is, you know, a little bit colder anyways. So it's a bit of a mix. I know it's, you know, for a zoo it's important that you have different types of animals anyways to attract the people, but in terms of like economical friendly, it's at latest questionable. But well, we shouldn't talk too much about it. It's just a little hint from me, and that's it. I still enjoy those things myself anyway, so it's not that I wouldn't go in them, but you know, it's just, I just wanted to talk about that, so that's all I say. Okay, but now let's talk about what I'm doing here, because yeah, as always, I'm not going for the easy build. I'm not going for a completely roundish one, neither do I go for the dome that I have done for the lemurs, which was a bit more easy as well, because it's only like having one corner piece. I have two corner pieces over here, which makes up for a, oh my god, now I have to calculate, it's not 45, it's actually 45 degrees. We have like two 45 degrees rotated pieces. No, it's actually, that's not true, it's 30 degrees, 30, yeah, that makes sense. They are rotated by 30 degrees, so we have this corner over here working exactly like this. But as you can see, since first of all the grid is not working properly, and also I still found it tricky to find the right pieces to make this corner or the corner piece really look smooth. I needed to find a way to make it look nice, and I think at the end I was pretty happy. You can see, by the way, moving one didn't work out, so I needed to move two pieces to make sure they are the same height, and then I deleted one again, so it's all a bit tricky to find exactly the right size. But yeah, the last thing we need to do is obviously close off this gap over here. I didn't find any roof pieces that I was happy with, so I thought, okay, I need to you know, just do something. I think it's kind of a statue stone or whatever I'm going to use here to just fake this corner a little bit. I'm just moving these things in to have a better smooth corner piece. And I ended up with having this platform in the middle. I don't even know if we put some statues on top later on, but I'm just figuring it would be maybe nice to have some grizzly and bears and wolf statues on top to just make sure that this is kind of the winter area. But I found this to be looking very nice, and it matches up pretty nice indeed with the copper roofs. And so I ended up having this done. And you can see now as this corner is done, which is always taking the longest time. You can see we're like 11 minutes into this episode nearly, and we are finishing off the whole roof or the whole dome in the last couple of minutes because it's so much easier to do this kind of stuff. So you can also see I was already putting some snow in. Every now and then I just need to just put some little hints in. For me it's basically only to give myself a hint that I wanted to make snow on top of that hill. This hill, by the way, is also going to be a little artificial mountain. I can already spoil that because this was the idea. And yeah, it will be hopefully a very nice looking indoor area. Not really sure exactly how we do it. I want to have also a shop in there. Not quite sure where to put it, but you know, we will try our best to get it done. But yeah, so now we have done one side of the dome, and as you can see, I'm always using blueprints, so I don't have to just copy that in all of the time again. And yeah, the only problem is always bringing it into the exact same position. You can see I'm just trying to just align it properly. At the end, I ended up moving the fence a little bit because it was not really exactly aligned, because I feel like it also goes back to the problem that the grid has at the moment. I was really having some slight issues with it. I see people on the forums and on Reddit having way more issues than I have, but still I do have some issues. Most likely the issue is that height-wise the grid always is very tricky for me. I can't really line the pieces on the same height. It's just not working, for whatever reason. But yeah, you can see now finally I have aligned everything properly, and the dome, I think the dome looks pretty okay-ish. So I'm quite happy with how the dome looks from the outside, but I'm also happy with how the dome looks from the inside, because this time I wanted also to look into a little bit more realistic static, because when there's one thing that people criticized about my Lemur Dome was definitely the lack of realism in terms of the statics of the building. Not aesthetics, but the statics, because it easily, and they are totally right, like if there would be rain or even snow on top of the roof, it would have been just broken down immediately because of the weight. There was literally just no support whatsoever in the center of the building, like no iron support, no steel beams, no iron grider, no concrete or whatever that could potentially hold off the weight of the roof. So this time I do want to make sure that I do this. Also, I was figuring maybe we can even put the solar panels on top of the roof. That could also be a nice little cool thing, and then also we can potentially connect the staff pass up there. I have no idea how to do it, but we can potentially figure that out by the times. Yeah, we have also like an outdoor area over here for the wolves. Also opening up this habitat over here, so that this is kind of a good area where the wolves can go in and out. You can see there are still a little bit of a few things that have to be done inside the building, because I'm not entirely happy with those things. That said, it might potentially be still enough to make this a really nice looking thing. I don't need to spend that much time on it anyways. Okay, now as I'm coming to the end of this episode, and hopefully those people who click and skip through the video, yes, I'm talking about you, exactly you just skipped here. I know that. I just felt it in my back right now, like people stabbing with a knife into my back. I saw that you just skipped here. So for those of you who skipped here, make sure to drop a comment down below this video and let me know what is your favorite winter animal. We don't even need to talk about only the animals that are in the game already. What is kind of your most favorite winter animal? And not winter in terms of the season, in terms of the cold areas, like snow animal could be a better classification, I guess, or like a very cold area like northern animals, whatever. I'll give it away for you. For me it is, I've had a hard time to choose, to be honest. It's in particular not easy to me to choose, because I'm a big fan of, as I said, dolphins and all the camels, which are usually living in a more warm area, I guess. And I think my favorite animal is the orca, which is the killer whale. I think it can still be seen as a winter or kind of snow animal, because it's living mostly in cold waters, only moving in summertime. So Yeah, I think this is my favorite animal of these kind of areas. Also, I'm a big fan of the snow leopard, but yeah, well. So, you can see I'm just jumping back into the game because my UI was broken. I don't even know why I didn't cut this out. But that's it with this episode. So, just having a last bits and pieces done here just to put down some signs, some simple things here and there, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to jump over to my Twitch channel, give it a follow, and you guys will be notified as soon as I go live tonight. Then I will see you in the chat, and you guys can help me do the interior of this dome. Until then, make sure to leave feedback if you have some, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Bye, guys. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video, I really do appreciate that. As always, make sure to check out also my social media channels. You can find me everywhere under @Rennkamel. Also, big thanks to the crew, you can see it on the left hand side right now. And as always, if you want to see more, you click that card on the top right. And if you want to stick around because you like the stuff you've just saw, whatever, you know what I mean, just click that sub button, which is to the bottom right of the screen right now. But everything else I can say is have a great time and see you next time. Bye guys.